Good day, ladies and gents. 'Tis Muse here again with some more stacking goodness for you. Bit of a special episode today, in fact. So we're going to be covering the Lost Hobo King DLC, although that's not the special point. The special point, as you may notice, is I've actually already finished this. I can explain what's happening here, and I shall do so. Basically what happens is, I'd already made a video for this, and then I watched it back, and it was terrible. It was just large periods of me standing in one place, staring at something not very interesting and going, before eventually going, and figuring out the solutions to the puzzles. Wasn't very entertaining, so let's play through it again. Now I've got a bit of knowledge about it, and we'll be able to cover the fun stuff for you, hopefully. Cutscene's already on the go. It's basically us returning with Levi to wherever it is he comes from. And we're going to find the lost hobo kingdom of Camelfoot, with his Uncle Rufus helping us. I was kind of hoping this DLC would explain more about why Levi is such a badass, why you can just dive in at the last minute in the story and save the day with his little Deus Ex Machina magic. But it doesn't really cover that. It's more of the same, really. It's Rufus and his buds. But yeah, it's basically, here's some problems, solve them, Charlie. We're all idiots. And so solving them is what we shall do. And, well, we've pretty much covered everything that this cutscene's going to tell us, aside from the fact that there's a crown. And naturally, given as we're playing a video game, it's been broken into 3 pieces and spread all over the place. And we're going to need to find the... Well, is it broken into 3 pieces? It's broken into pieces, anyway. The 3 comes in because we've got to find 3 mythical hobo blacksmiths to help us put the hobo crown back together so we can have a hobo king. And then presumably there'll be some hobo celebrations and all the white lightning will get drunk. And then we'll fight a bus. It'll be great. Yeah, carry on cutscene. Not in any rush here or anything. There we go, the 3 mythical hobo blacksmiths, each hidden behind a challenge with varying amounts of obtuseness. One of them's a bloody nightmare. We'll get to that though. But it was all... I found it first, couldn't do it. Went off, completed another one, came back, couldn't do it. Went off and completed the 3rd one, came back, still couldn't do it. It was most vexing. So this time I'm just going to boss it in the most violent manner possible. Just to show him he's in charge. Are we nearly done? Yeah, this cutscene hasn't really said anything. It's gone on for ages. But... seriously. I suppose it's kind of a flaw in having the old bit of action, then the text card to show what they've been saying. Because it does take everyone twice as long then to say anything. Here we go. We're at Hamel Road, which I'm sure is nothing to do with Camelfoot in any way. Although, that suggests they should have probably called the town Camel Toe, but I don't think we'll go down that route. There's a panda. Completely failed to notice the side passages as well on this. Well, it only shows one of the side passages on this sweep over, but I kind of missed it. I'll explain. Yeah, whatever. Blacksmith. So there's our little chums we can't really do anything with. So I came strolling up here. I could see that tunnel there, underneath the gate, but I completely failed to notice that that is a passageway there. And then there's one over here. So I actually had difficulty to begin with just finding the bloody challenges. Which is not a good sign. Rabbit? Interesting. Well, I say interesting, I know exactly what that's for. But there's also one guy who's pretty handy around here, and that's this chap. See, I got into him at first, and I was like, read the runes, what's that do? And what I didn't see is that if you use it in the correct place, it'll activate these rune type things and just tell you things. Oh, there's one over here as well. So that's telling us something about meat being horrible. Now if I'd figured this out from the start, I would have been able to cut down the amount of time it took me to complete this by about 20 minutes or so, because pretty much all of the solutions for puzzles are hidden behind these runes. Ooh, a challenge in this direction. So here's our first challenge. I quite like this one. Got a sort of night theme going on. That nest is a bit of a red herring because you can't actually reach it. Wasted about 10 minutes on that at one point. And there we have a can containing a chap. So let's see. So we can read the old runes. There's an arrow pointing up there. Nice vague hint there for you. And this is interesting. It's telling us to fish. And then if we look over here, a symbol which means stacking, pretty much. So, all sorts of solutions to our problems here. But the one we're going to focus on for this vid involves these big guys. Notice they can carry small loads on their head. That's their thing. So they can pick up these and they can put them down. I spent a lot of time fanning around trying to put one in such a place that I'd be able to jump up on it, because I hadn't read the runes and read the stacking thing. And then I spent a bit of time doing this, picking up a person and dropping them just over the gate and trying to stack into them and failing miserably. Whereas what I should have been doing was plonking them on there and then stacking into them from up there. And that allows me to take control of the night. Which allows me to do this. Sorry about that. But then, and a challenge is completed. Badass bluesy harmonica comes in for a second. Nice little contrast there. Change from all the lovely classical music we normally get. And Blacksmith 1 is here. Whilst we're here though, wasn't there this fishy symbol over here? And we've got this character with a fishing rod who can do all sorts of things like this. Whee. Yoink. So let's see what happens if we go over here and fish. Well, let's see what happens when we fish in the correct place. There we go. It's our old friend, Hans Allender. That ginger kid that seems to show up all the time. Deep Sea Hans. We'll come back to him though. We've got plans for him. But we will deal with those momentarily. Because for now we're popping across to the challenge. On to the side. And we'll see what this one's all about. This one's pretty good. I've got a slightly lower opinion of this DLC than I have of the main game itself, but that's mostly because the bloody ghouls pissing me off for ages. But what we have here is a house with a can. Seems straightforward enough, but no. When we try and get into it, the house itself rises up, and thus we're unable to get through, so we need a way. Let's see what happens if we read some runes. Is there any over here? Try this. Nope. But there's one. What does that mean? Could mean anything. Let's jump inside this suspiciously nearby doll. And we see that he's got a smoke out ability. So if we come up here and find this extremely poorly lit hole... Oh, of course, there's bits of corn leading to it as well that should have indicated to me that there was something there. Completely missed this on my first playthrough. But let's try smoking out. And what happens? We've given cancer to a raccoon of some sort. Well done, Alex. And then we can seek burrows with this magical ability. And then we can wander inside said burrows. So if we come over here, we find a burrow and another hole there. So we go doo-ba-doo-doo-doo-ba-doo-boo-boo, and bam, we got another blacksmith. Yeah, a little blacksmith this time. Wearing some sort of apparatus on his face. Looks like some sort of Silent Hill-esque breathing tube or something. Alright, where's our raccoon gone? I wonder if he's still there. He is still there. But I can't go in. It's almost like I'm going to have to smoke him out again. See, we got plans for Mr. Raccoon. Not any plans that are related to solving the final puzzle, just plans, you know. Because there was a third burrow. So let's try plodding out here and seeing if there's any burrows around. Seek. There's a burrow. And there's a bunny. Mr. Whiskers won't come out. Let's get him. Come here, Whiskers. Gosh. Yeah. Mr. Whiskers makes everyone bounce around like a spoon. But wait a minute, wasn't there a panda over here? Surely he's the third part of the furry friends. Bounce. Sniff. Sniff. Bounce. Let's try bouncing. Yeah. That's freed him up. Wait a minute. Are those buttons on his tail? Is that a label? There's something altogether suspicious about this panda. Oh yeah, he's got a massive great zip on the front. Let's see. Bouncing bunny, as you'd expect, because that's what... I've never really known bunnies to bounce all that much. They just sort of flop about the place and don't do much in the way of movement, unless they think you're about to pick them up and then they cheese it. Panda's too crap to bounce. There we go. Oh, what's he done there? Oh, he's having a sniff of the raccoon. And it turns out it's that hairy guy from the train. He disguised himself as a panda so he could sniff some animals in a way that's totally not weird. Not weird at all. Nothing weird about it. Not weird. Okay, maybe it's a little weird. Maybe it's fucking crazy. Who cares? It's stacking. So yes, I think it's time to return to our chum Hans. We've got a problem that needs solving and he's the man to do it. See, we're getting to the ghouls now. The bloody bastard, terrible ghouls. I must have been eaten by them about 20 times in the course of trying to get past the buggers. Because that's all this goal is. Get past the ghouls. Sounds perfectly straightforward. Perfectly simple. It's not. It's really not. Here we go. Lots of ghouls. Locked gate. Lots more ghouls. And another locked gate. And although it wasn't obvious from that, there are some pulleys and things I need to press, so let's just show you what normally happens. Actually, yeah, let's stay in the house. Let's go inside here as well. You're like, oh, here we go. Let's see, where am I going? Oh, I'm being chased everywhere by ghouls. I've got no idea where I'm actually meant to be going. Okay, that actually went better than planned because I made it up here, but still. So yeah, when you're doing this for the first time, it's a right pain in the bum hole. Let's come down here. I'm actually, yeah, this is like much practice, which is me making this look easy. There we go. I've got eaten on the head, and now I'm back at the start. So yeah, running through like that, tricky. Doing anything else, tricky. Tried getting inside this bloke with cheese on his head. Tried lobbing cheese around, didn't seem to work. Turns out it would have done, it just didn't work when I tried it. But here's how we fuck the ghouls right up. Yeah! That's like you bastards. Oh, that feels good. Yeah, bloody right, that looks like I'm denying it. Yeah. Oh man, satisfying. Now let's do that again. Yeah. Oh yeah. Thing is, I've half solved this by using the run and dodge tactic, and I've half solved this by using the smash the crap out of everything tactic. So which one am I going to get credit for? Tricky like that. Either way, we're in. Screw you, ghouls. We've spent enough time on you. I hate you, so you're not getting a screen time. Yeah, go on. Piss off. Big blacksmith. Yeah. Ping. Oh yes, it's giving me the smashing the crap out of everything version of the completion. That's barely even a sentence. Let's pretend it didn't happen. So, off we go to the castle. That's pretty much it in terms of challenges. Although I still managed to get stuck on this bit for bloody ages. We've got 3 blacksmiths now. This one pisses everywhere. Like so. Oops, didn't mean to urinate on him, I meant to get inside him. With a dodgy sentence. This guy does that. And this guy does this. Which is pretty badass. But yeah, this guy's like, oh yeah, you need to stand on the runes to activate the gates. Let me know if you need help reading the runes. And I thought that meant talk to him and he'll actually tell us what the fuck's going on, because I still hadn't figured out read the runes at this point in my other playthrough. I feel this puzzle should have been at the beginning of the playthrough rather than the end, so it actually gives you the reading the runes thing, but I eventually realised I was supposed to get inside him and have a look at the runes. When you do that, water and fire go at the top and pans go in the middle. So, we'll put fire there, we'll put pans there, and we'll put water over there, and the gate opens. And then in we go, and off we trot. Now we've got to light up the old cauldron. Like so. The crown appears to already be in there, although it needs a bit of a bash. What do you mean the crown must be hot? I've just bloody forged the bloody... There you go, it's hot. Now we can go up here. We can bash the pieces of the crown. It looks like there might be 3 pieces after all. And we've got a crown. A bit too hot to wear right now, so let's pop on here. Urinate all over it. And now it's a traditional hobo crown because it smells of piss. Yeah. Oh, a bit of piss all over that guy again. The boy who wouldn't be king. I missed that panel completely when I was playing through the first time, so this cutscene actually came as a surprise because I hadn't actually realised what was about to occur. But yes, the crown is forged. And this rune-reading chap is acting all like he's in charge. Guess he is, to an extent. And the Hobo Nation has a king! And it's Charlie! Except, I was shocked, as previously mentioned. I was like, what? Where's Charlie the king? Think about it, he's not even a hobo, so why would they make him king in the first place? I mean, yeah, he solved everyone's problems for them, but logic and merit don't really come into it when it comes to royal successions. And then Rufus shows up and gets told to bow whilst he's talking to the king, which probably pissed him off quite a lot. The thing is, if there hadn't been a king for ages, why is Rufus the inheritor? They've just been passing down the lineage for hundreds of years, regardless of the fact that it's never actually meant anything. And why has no one else bothered to find these blacksmiths? I mean, seriously. Oh yeah, we're making Rufus the king. We are the kingmakers. But yeah, did no one notice before now that this was the only town in the land with 3 blacksmiths locked up in cans? And did they not think, hang on a minute, maybe that's where Camelford is? And now tune it, raining from the sky like a salty monsoon, and carrying the king out in a most undignified fashion. I still think Charlie should have made Levi king. I'm down with Levi. I don't know who this Rufus chap is. But there we go. The Hobo Nation has its king. And we have our stacking playthrough. It's done, ladies and gents. All of the main adventure and all the DLC. Look at that guy. He's loving it. He's like, hurrah, this game is finished. And he's correct. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've had a good time. And hopefully I'll see you soon in my next game. It's not entirely certain yet what it's going to be. But if it's what I think it is, the only stacking we're going to be doing is of piles of bodies that I'm going to be producing. So on that mysterious teaser note, I shall bid you farewell.